Welcome to the Gillioz Ghost Light Sessions, featuring regional artists from the stage of the historic Gillioz Theatre. Enjoy this session with featured artist Jesse Dean.
Dirt road, it was springtime by a field, and the grass was kinda tall. What's that I see, leaning by the tree next to the pond? Oh wow, it's a little baby cow. I'd like to pet one, some way, somehow. It's to be eve, it's time to feed, to the barn we go. And I got out to open the gate. Through mud I slid, feed bin's empty, I see the lid, but it's too late. How did the food bin lid end up on the ground? I begin my wondering as I'm walking around the corner, and then I raise my brow. It's another baby cow, a snuggly little baby cow. How'd you get in here? Some way, somehow. It's just to turn another baby cow. Baby cow, baby cow, baby moo moo cow, baby cow, baby cow, baby moo moo cow.
So baby cows. I used to do these short videos every morning. Just be about a minute songs. Some of them were cover songs, some of them be on the spot originals. During that time, me and my partner would be driving around all the time, and she loved baby cows. And each time we saw one, we had to stop, walk over to the fence, and try to get the baby cow to come over the fence. And this went on for months, and I was looking for inspiration for my daily post, and I walked out in the yard. It's adjacent to a pasture, and I sat down on the corner, and I looked over, and there's a tree and a pond, and all these baby cows just laying there, and just looking at all the baby cows, man. It just came out. That's the whole story. I've been playing my entire life. I grew up in a house full of music, full of musical instruments. There's a piano in every room, guitars hanging all over the wall. Started picking up guitar when I was about 8 or 10, and I had a real good teacher, the best teacher. My father taught me how to play music, even when I didn't want him to. I'm very grateful that he took that time and attention to make sure that I had it, But I didn't like to sing or play in front of people. It made me nervous, and he made me do it anyway. I'd just sit there and stare at the ground. Play like this, stare at the ground. I got in my first band when I was about 18 and started playing out in bars and things like that out on the road. I noticed people kind of enjoyed that stuff, so then I started looking at them. And I've been doing it ever since for a living for about 20 years now. And it's my whole life, And I still learning.
Looking out a window, looking deep within though. My how the time flies. Hello, goodbye. Everything you feel now has got to start making some kind of sense somehow. Every single brand new day is an opposite step away. One can't ever be ready, one can never prepare. To be living in a moment ain't always living aware of everything that's perfectly, perfectly there. Now is the time to show that you care. Hey, 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 everything's gonna be okay. It's alright to have the blues. It ain't like we get to choose our last and final day. Let yourself be free of anything that used to be, and hold on to the memory. Hold on to the memory. Hold on to the memory. One can't ever be ready, one can never prepare. To be living in a moment ain't always living aware of everything that's perfectly, perfectly there. Now is the time to show that you care. Now is the time to show that you care. Now is the time to show that you care. Now is the time to show you care. Hey, 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 hey. Everything's gonna be okay. It's alright to have the blues. It ain't like we get to choose our last and final day. Let yourself become free of anything that used to be, and hold on to the memory. 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 Hold on to the memory.
Thank you. Now is the time. Now is the time is a song about the importance of living in a moment. I guess I'd written that song back about 2020 when COVID was hitting and everything was kind of changing. I lost one of my best friends then. His name was Lenny. And again, all these songs just strike me like this. They all come through and you gotta capture them. And that's what I did that day. I was thinking about my pal. I thought about how important, you know, that big of a moment is to this big of a moment. They're all the same amount of important. It just hit me like a ton of bricks, man. Now's the time. And hold on to the memory. I was looking for a chorus. All of a sudden, through the air, came hold on to the memory. I was thinking about my good friend at that time, and it just all the songs just come together like that, you know. They all happen like that. And that one hits home really hard. I've been writing a lot of music since I was about 18 or 20 years old, and I've recorded a lot of it. I haven't recorded a lot of it also. One thing I would like to do is I have some storyboards written up for some of my tunes that I would like to put into a music video. People might get a kick out of that. I know that I've been wanting to do it for a long time, I hope that happens. You know how you live in life and you shoot for the stars? What happens if you reach the stars? What do you shoot for after that? Well, my goal very early on was to play with Earl Cate of the Cate Brothers. They're very well known around Northwest Arkansas and the entire world. And I've always admired them and watched them from the time I was a little kid to now, and I've been fortunate enough to be hired into their group and start playing with Earl, and I've been with them since 2019. And it's Cloud 9, brother. Living the dream.
All throughout my young life, learning of the old times, listening to good advice to get me further up the road. Like this ain't an easy life, you got to know how to survive. Hold your head up and you'll do right as the storybook unfolds. I'd spend my time around old timers, many a moonshiner. There was always a reminder of where it is that I come from, about the simple ways of living, family, friends of giving, dirt roads with no end to the clear sky up above. And it's the little things that matter most. It's the feelings we hold deep inside, the ones we love and hold so close. It's the little things that matter most. Well, now I'm a little older, but the story's far from over. I left that dirt road, but I won't be gone long. I keep the thoughts so close to me of my friends and family. Without them we couldn't be so fortunate we are. It's the little things that matter most. It's the feelings we hold deep inside, the ones we love and hold so close. It's the little things that matter most. It's the little things that matter most. It's the feelings we hold deep inside, the ones we love and hold so close. It's the little things that matter most. It's the little things that matter most. It's the little things that matter most.
Thank you all. Little Things. Little Things was off my first album, Time Gone By. It's basically about the way I grew up and, representing a simpler time where things were, not about social media and the internet, and more about your neighbor, and capturing those times and recognizing how simple life can be. Waking up in the morning, going outside, taking a breath of fresh air, going fishing, going to visit your neighbors, whether it's planned or not, you know, that's what it's about. It's about how it's important to appreciate that time because it happens fast and it's here and gone, you know. I like what I like, and it's tucked back there in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And I'm not sure if music has ever been that good since then, but I'm still studying that. How music is recorded and sold and produced these days is a lot different than then. You know, I make CDs, and I try to sell them to my friends, and they go, well, I don't have a CD player. I go, what's going on here? I'll buy you a CD player. Then you can listen to CDs again. Look at new cars these days. I don't know. New cars versus cars in the 80s and the 70s. I guess they're all right looking, but not really. Where's the style? Where's the soul? You know, where's the artistic element in the design? And I don't get that in a lot of today's music.
Well, I walked out one morning, heading to the outside shower. Thought I'd rinse off and become refreshed. Little did I realize the shower had no power, so I crawled beneath the place and give a check. 'Cause you never know what you're gonna get when you get water from the pond water spigot. It might be clear and it may be brown. East side of the kitchen, right next to the wineberry thicket, a shower rock lays on the ground. And so I unscrewed the spigot, then I crawled back into the sunlight and gave a thought to look inside. Sure enough, it was clogged with what appeared to be a tadpole, but it seems a fish went for a ride. It was Henry, a largemouth bass minnow. He got brave, amateur within. I'm still unsure how he got inside. When the pipe produced, he couldn't turn back. He got trapped in the deep wet black, fought courageously but died. Dug a hole and buried him inside. 'Cause you never know what you're gonna get when you get water from the pond water spigot. Interesting things can sure be found. And if you don't want to wash your hands in the fresh spring-fed pond water spigot, you can head your bass on back to town. And so the moral to the story is please don't get caught up in the bullspit. Necessity can be homemade. Old ways should have stayed. We need to slow down for a minute. Simplicity is what we must say. And you'll never know what you're gonna get when you get water from the pond water spigot. A baby bass or a baby brim. Might find a piece of slime or a frog, but you never find a cricket, 'cause we all know that they don't swim.
Pond Water Spigot. So Pond Water Spigot has become probably my most popular tune. Never thought it would be that way. And So I was living in this cabin that I built when I got out of school. We'd have little gatherings down there and people would come down, and we were just sitting on the back porch one day, and my friend Bobby Holiday come up with this phrase, pond water spigot. You know, and from then on, over the next like 2 or 3 or 4 years, every time we'd have a gathering, somebody would come down and we'd spark that song up. It hadn't become a song yet, but we were talking about it, and people would just add little phrases here and there, like my sister Sarah put wineberry thicket in there, and it was there. It's right by the rock that lays on the ground. You know, it's all true statements. So after about 4 or 5 years, we collected all these stacks of paper that had all these lines that people had said over the years, and it just became a tune, and everybody seemed to like it and relate to it. You know, because where we're from, that's pretty common. That's a real life deal. You know, and it's still getting clogged today. Music is important to me because it's my whole entire life, first of all, but it makes people feel things, and it makes people understand themselves maybe more than they would without music. You know, it's an art form that helps people express how they're feeling, and I think that's important. I set a goal to play with Earl Kate, and I met that goal, and then I'm going, well, what can I do now? How can I possibly top that? And I'm not sure if, I don't want to say the wrong thing here, but I'd say playing at Gillioz Theatre meets my top goals. I feel very grateful and lucky to be here, and I never thought I would be able to play such a legendary theater, and it means the world to me, and I hope to come back sometime.